Welcome back to NYSE TV Live, everyone. I'm Kristen Scholler down here on the floor of the stock exchange. We are officially off to the races in the markets. You saw the opening bell ceremony up there earlier. And I do want to bring in a major guest here. Jerry Foley. He's a senior manager for ICE Connect Flex Sales and senior editor and co-host of the Giant Insider podcast. He's going to join me now. Jerry, come on in. All right, it's great to have you down here on the floor of the stock exchange. I'm going to do a little switcheroo here, but you have one of the infamous Giants podcasts.
Yes.
Tell me more about it.
Yeah, so it was funny. We started it a few years ago, maybe 2019. I didn't even know what a podcast was at the time, and it's really taken off. And the great thing about it is we talk Giants, and you get to meet a lot of people through it. So interviewing a lot of old players, a lot of the 86 Giants, a lot of even some more current players. So it's just a lot of fun, and it's a great way to meet other Giant fans on social media.
What does today mean to you, the fact that the Giants are celebrating their 100th season here at an iconic institution?
I mean, to bring the Giants and the stock exchange together, I mean, it's incredible. Two iconic institutions, like you said, and to be able to help facilitate that with the Giants here, it means the world. 100th anniversary, they're doing the top 100 players, and the season kicks off soon. So it's incredible that John Mara and then heroes like Victor Cruz and David Tyree are here as well. So it's incredible.
Victor Cruz, David Tyree, they're going to join us a little bit later on in the show. Of course, we're going to hear from our podcast host as well. What makes for a good Giants podcast?
Look, I mean, I think being honest, but also, having enthusiasm and passion about the team. I mean, football is awesome, and the Giants make it even better. So I just think it's being engaged with your followers, having good guests, and being consistent as well, putting out an episode every week, and then and being honest, right, and being fair. Like after losses, you have to talk about the losses, but being sure to celebrate the wins as well. So I would say all those things.
And in terms of what you expect from the Giants this season, what can you share with us?
10-7. I think playoffs are definitely reasonable as long as they get off to a good start and not the nightmare that happened last year, where the first game where they lost. So I think if they win the first two, they could have a good season ahead of them.
Interesting. So you probably remember the infamous helmet catch. We're going to talk to David Tyree a little bit later about that. What was that like watching that?
I cried tears of joy. I mean, it was ridiculous. As soon as he made that catch, we knew we were going to beat the 18. And I say we because, you're invested in the team. It's we. The 18-0 Patriots, once he made that catch, you're like, they're not losing this game. It was voted the most iconic play in Giants history for a reason, and it still is. It always will be. Ridiculous play and just a great memory. But I remember watching it with 30 Giant fans and just, multiple people watching the game just crying, tears of joy.
Talk to me about the connection here. Of course, you're a member of the Intercontinental Exchange family as well. You look at a lot of data, and I'm sure in your podcast, data is very much a focus of it. How do you connect those dots?
Yeah, so I'm on the Connect Flex implementation team. It's a web-based GUI that targets the middle and back office for folks who are looking for reference data, pricing, corporate actions, and analytics. And then, doing the podcast as well. It's helped me to actually present, right? So when I'm doing presentations of Connect Flex, having a podcast that's on YouTube and all the podcast channels, it actually kind of coincides with each other, so it's helped me.
Very interesting. And in terms of what you're looking for from the overall NFL season, of course, officially kicking off last night, I was personally tuned into the Taylor Swift-Travis Kelce storyline. I'm not sure if that's something that you do discuss on the Giants podcast. What do you think she's done for the NFL?
I think it's been huge. I think it's brought in more people who never watched football before. I think she's brought that element to it. So it's been successful for the NFL, absolutely.
And in terms of connecting with your own podcast community, here in the Northeast, there are so many Giants fans. We see a lot of them down here on this busy trading floor today. How are you able to do that and build that community with the Giants fan base here in the Northeast?
Well, I mean, to be honest, there's a lot of people overseas as well. So we're on every podcast platform. And then this helps. I mean, we have a Twitter following of about 50,000 people. So it's just going to add more and more followers and have more people watching us and listening to us. So what's interesting to me is all the international listeners as well. But no, an event like this is only going to increase our followers and increase the interaction with our podcast.
Jerry Foley, thank you so much for joining. Great to get your inside knowledge as a key Giants podcaster. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.